Saranga. Speaking about Shanto, as I said before as well, very impressive for a youngster. Looks very solid. It's nice a fielder there by Osunda Fernando, feeling at short square leg. Bandu Hasaranga, little spin. Wrist spinner generally gets spin in any wicket.
Well, he's got a double century.
More on the bounce.
In first-class cricket. He's got to really prove his worth in the test arena. Done well today. Bangladesh
they're off and
as
running.
a team, the understanding, the communication coming in after pretty good loss of two test matches at home to the West Indies
of Bangladesh. The other is from Cox's Bazar, which is the southeast of Bangladesh. Very
disadvantage as we see Hasaranga. But the communication's pretty good between the two. Come in once again. He's been very parsimonious, very economical with his figures. Gets the batsman quiet, trying to tempt the batsman. And once again, shot at the last moment.
Nicely played there by Captain Momino. Flicking towards deep mid-wicket for a single. Pathum Nissanka covering the area. It's important that the two spinners build the pressure. I thought the quicks bowled decently well. Unfortunately, that Tamim Iqbal lost concentration. Thought he was trying to get that gap between the first slip and the gully for a boundary. The vacant third man. Lowe's delivery. Trying too many things, Bandu Hasaranga. Bowling a googly, I guess. But Shanto equal to the task, punching that towards a power point for his boundary. That's end of the over. Bangladesh 185 for loss of 2.
Just imagine your perfect Champions League final. Would you have an early goal? Maybe an act of iconic brilliance that sparks a remarkable comeback. With a super sub who seals the win. Of course, you can't actually choose what happens on the pitch. But with Create That UCL feeling, everything else is up to you. Create your ultimate at-home UEFA Champions League final experience and be in with a chance to win it.
Scores in Test match cricket 71 is its highest so far at Mirpur versus Zimbabwe. Closing in on that one. He's got 44 in Rawalpindi earlier last year. Mominol on 15, Shanto on 69. This is the last ball of the previous over. He was trying a genuine leg spinner actually, but it was just a tad short. Enabled the batsman to just rock back and blast it away through the covers. Easy pickings. Diminutive Mominol. Wouldn't be surprised if the pace bowlers try a few short ones to him.
The field suggests that the short square leg as well as the deep square leg and a deep fine leg for the two hook shots. Got the spells by Lairu Kumar. The pace has gone down a little. Average coming from 144 to 140. And that's something that a young quick should keep an eye on and be consistent with his pace. I mean, he's been doing it lately, but it's important that he be consistent.
I'm sure the batsman also aware of that fact that he is has dropped in pace. And also the ball getting a little softer. You'd maybe think that use of the angles would be less acute. There'd be more sort of horizontal bat shots down to square leg area or the point area on offer with the reduction of pace. Not that he's pacier than some of the other bowlers, even when he's dropped in pace. We've got to be wary of that. But maybe give them a little more confidence to negotiate his deliveries. Very risky player is Mominol. You can notice that he tries to flick the balls away on occasions to the mid-wicket area.
It's well fielded there by Osunda. Good anticipation. Then also the biggest challenge would be for fast bowlers, especially in Sri Lanka. The reverse swing. In Pallakele, especially in this square, you hardly see any rough surface, rough areas to get the ball roughed up one side to get reverse swing. And that's going to be the biggest challenge for the three quakes coming in. Shot again. Just pounding that half a track by Lairu Kumara. And Mominul Haq showing us all his experience, knowing that Lairu Kumara is coming for a short burst to try and get a wicket, not to give the wicket. This is a real challenge. This is real test cricket for you. You know, two good players fighting it out in the middle.
What he's done well is to ride the bounce. He's not the tallest of batters, but he does play with soft hands, ensure that the ball does not get deflected away, falls close to him. Yeah, and the short leg is in the peripheral vision of the batsman, and I was a little surprised early on, as our previous commentators have mentioned. Oh dear, seemed to be a beamer. Was it higher than the waist? No, it was going down, so it was a legal delivery.
Yeah, just Lairu Kumara trying for that extra pace, and also Mominul Shamim likes to play against Sri Lanka. As told by statistician Maza, got 3 centuries in 8 games, average of 55. That was very close to touch and go there for a no ball, but the umpires have given the benefit of the doubt to the bowler. 55 average against Sri Lanka in 8 games, 3 centuries. That's a very good record by captain.
Kane comfortably negotiated, and that is the end of a decent over. A maiden, 185 for 2.
It's time to take sides as we gear up for Europe's biggest sporting spectacle. So whose side are you on? The UEFA Euro 2020 starts 11th June 2021, live and exclusive
on Sony Sports Network.
Well, that shows you that Mominul Haq has done pretty well against Sri Lanka, the second best in terms of runs and average score. 57.3, 687 runs against Zimbabwe, 668 and 55.7. New Zealand has averaged a little bit more. But home and away is what needs to be looked at. He's much the better player in home conditions than he is away.
He's quite still young. He's only 30 years old, and he's got a few more years of cricket in him. And he's got the right temperament to play a longer innings, as you said before, Shamim. It's important that he leads from the front. And ball into his field there, Wanindu, with 5 fielders on the leg side. With the deep square leg coming in to not to give that single at deep square leg. Good fielding there by Trimane. Beg your pardon, that's Dhananjay Silva at short mid-wicket. It's important the Sri Lankans bowls in tandem made overs. If not, the game's slight drifting away for the Bangladeshis. That's nicely bowled, nicely flighted. This is what you want to see from Manindu Hasaranga. Giving some air, giving that ball enough time to pitch it down and turn a little, as well as time to emphasize Mominul Haq.
Well, for this, it doesn't necessarily have to be maiden overs. You can just have a couple of runs like this one, a maiden. Keep it tight, keep the pressure building up and forced. This is Mominul Haq, a test career, batting average in selected countries. Now, in Bangladesh, he scored 2,312 runs. Away, and look at the average, 56.4. Then it all falls away. It's not even half anywhere. This best away is less than half his average at home. That tells you, and this is his opportunity. He's playing away from home. This is his opportunity to get some big numbers and improve those figures. Against Sri Lanka, 36.8 an average. So I think he'll be telling himself he needs to get a good one. 188 for 2. Another look at Momin al-Haq's test career against selected countries tells you that in those countries, playing in those countries away from Bangladesh, those figures tell you 71 against Pakistan. Not that he's played many. He's played 6 against India and 6 against New Zealand, 8 against the West Indies, but the averages are very, very low. That's where he wants to make amends. Whoops.
As you said, Shamim, this is his chance. Play from home, away from home, beg your pardon. And got a decent start. Good wicket to bat on. Bowlers are tiring. Humid conditions. The batsman's paradise. I think Mominul should be able to go and get those big scores for Bangladesh. Batting at number 4, the most important as far as I'm concerned in the test team. As we see Larry Kumara trying to get that breakthrough for Sri Lanka.
Well, Najmul Hussain has equalled his highest score in Test cricket. He wants to carry on. Second 50 only. It's looking pretty compact. Shanto just going back to Momin al-Haq. I think he'll feel more at ease. Normally he'd come in at a time of duress, but today when he came into bat, the Bangladeshi squad looked quite healthy with Tamim Iqbal and Najmul Hussain. Shanto said that initial pressure would really not be on him. Well, have a look at that ball. We're talking about the reverse swing. Well, he's holding a cross seam now. Kumara. Short and swung around. What a good looking shot forward of square. Chase on. Ball's going to win the race. Cracking shot for 4.
A lovely, beautifully by Shanto in front of square. Not easy against pace of Lairu Kumara to pull it in front of square. There you go, meeting it nicely. And generally cross the seam means Shamim with Lairu Kumara is going to be bounces. So he's trying to do all things. And talking about reverse swing, as we spoke about before, it's not much rough to be seen in the square as well as in the stadium. It looks lovely, nice and green. It's really tough work for the fast bowlers to get the ball reverse swing, if I'm really honest. And also it's important to attack, but not to over-attack.
I can feel the hurt in my fellow commentator. Feeling for a fast bowler. Well, just tuck that away. Nice controlled shot. This is excellent cricket. After the boundary, you just milk the runs. And this is one area, the conversion rate of 50s into 100s for Bangladeshi batsmen, which leaves a lot to be desired. Maybe we'll give you some stats on that one later on.
Oh, nice field again there by Osunda Fernando at short square leg. And trying to bowl those areas to make it uncomfortable to the batsman. There you go. Good anticipation there by Osunda. Yeah, that's the modern day, isn't it, Shamim? The conversion rate hasn't been great. The batsmen need to focus on those. If you get a start, go and get a big one. And generally they say put the runs in the bank for the batters.
Well, not in absolute control, but just beyond the fielder, and it's going to race away to the boundary. Very fortuitous shot, but he won't mind. The bowler will. He thought he was close to a wicket there. Ends the over, 197 for 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again it's time for some WWE Thamal. And this time, it's bigger and better. Get ready to witness the best ever WWE action with the most memorable WWE moments ever. That's not all, my friend. There's more Thamal in store. With all the explosive action from WWE, now get ready to win some exciting merchandises. Wondering how this is WWE Thamal League, bro? Just keep watching WWE Thamal League and keep answering simple questions and leave the rest to us. Where?
On Sony Sports Network, on Sony Sports Network, on Sony Sports Network.
Wasn't in absolute control, was aerial for quite a while, and just beyond that backward point fielder. Despairing effort, but to no avail.
Good effort there by Pathum Nissanka at cow point, the young man. But just not reaching enough to stop that without going to the boundary. Let's see the partnership of 45 of 69 deliveries between Shanto and Mominul Haq. As you see, the 2 wickets. First of all, Vishwa getting that LBW referred, and a good referral by Captain Dimut and the wicketkeeper Niroshan Dikwella. Nicely bowled the Green left arm bowler, and that's it. Tamim Iqbal would have very disappointed to see that replay. Just south of some, and just guiding to Tiriman, and good catch there at first slip.
Partnership worth 45. That's good cricket. Sees that the ball is in an area where it will put the seed of doubt on you. What you do is go forward and smother the spin. Don't want to take unfair advantage. Hasaranga has been very accurate. So understandably, oh dear. He is really making the ball talk, making the batsman, getting the batsman into trouble. He just hurried onto him. He did well. Get his bat down quickly. Going through the overs very quickly. Bowling the balls pretty quickly and accurately. To his 6th over, just given away 15 runs. Gives the ball some air now, trying to tempt the batsman to go for a drive. It's good cricket from Hasaranga. Najmul Hussain will have to be wary of the different change in tactics from that end with the bowling.
Over it, 24th over to be completed. Another 6 to 7 minutes to go for tea. Probably 3 overs short. And that's nicely played by Shanto towards long on for a single. That's the end of the 51st. Bangladesh 198 for 2.
In Lakmal, Vishwa and Kumara, and also Matthews, who comes in a little bit of run-up. So that's the reason why maybe they're not been able to keep up that with that required sort of 15 over per hour rate. They haven't done too badly with Dhananjay and Hasaranga just making up for the time that the other bowlers have taken to bowl.
I've seen in the past, Shamim, Australia lost a place in the World Championship finals because of the over rate. They lost 4 points. I've been told by our statistician Mazar that one reason why Australia missed out not being in the final is over rate. So the bowlers, though you play 3 fast bowlers or 4 fast bowlers, I think the main duty is to bowl quick, change quick, and get it done.
Yeah, of course, we must also take into consideration there will be a couple of pauses in play because of repair to the footholds. The ICC World Test Championships, unfortunately for Bangladesh, languishing at the bottom without any points. Sri Lanka in the 8th position. 5 series they've played. They've drawn 3 and garnered 120 points. So Bangladesh will be hoping that they can get some points in the ICC World Test Championship rankings. This is between 2019 and 21. Shanto, much more circumspect now. There's a period while Tamim Iqbal was there when he was more free-flowing. He started circumspectly, but seems to have just gone back into his shell once again. Some problem with him, maybe a bit of cramp.
Yeah, looks a bit of cramp for the batsman Shanto there. Struggling a bit with hot conditions. As he also says, your stump, very solid, middle of the bat, good stride in. A very good attribute to have as a number 3 test batsman. Not much bat lift. And looks very solid for a youngster, got to be said, Shamim.
And he hangs back. At times he does hang back with just that back of length delivery. Little uncertainty in his mind whether to go forward or not, and stays at his crease. That's when it seems a little susceptible. But you're right, when we showed that package of him going forward. And also Tamim Iqbal today was very fleet-footed in going forward and across and meeting and going to the line of the ball and getting behind the line. So both these left-handed batsmen have been impressive. Suranga Lakmal has been around for quite some time. Tall, strapping bowler. Hasn't had that success or the off the wicket that he normally gets. We know that Thalekele is by far the most conducive of all the Sri Lankan tracks to pace bowlers. And another little push forward. So just the runs drying up a bit. This is a period of play where the Sri Lankans are dominating and trying to get back and get another wicket.
And also just a few minutes away from tea break. I think just a bit circumspect not to lose any more wickets, Bangladesh. Easily the day belongs to being Bangladesh. And also talking about Surang Lakmal, he's been our spearhead for a while. And not picking up any wickets is definitely a concern for Sri Lanka.
Yeah, you're possibly right. So they're just realizing the fact that he's not too far away. This is the time when batsmen just close shop, just go into their shells and try and play out into the tea break and come back refreshed after the break. So Shanto 77, Mominul 20, building up this partnership worth 46 of 80 deliveries. Good continuation from where Tamim Iqbal left off with the second wicket partnership. Solidly behind. He seemed a little annoyed. No, it's some fly. I thought he was annoyed with himself, just swatting something in front of his helmet.
Germany! Netherlands! Germany! Netherlands! It's time to take sides as we gear up for Europe's biggest sporting spectacle. So whose side are you on? The UEFA Euro 2020
on Sony Sports Network.
Next time. Oh, thank you.
Beautiful Pallakali Stadium from the drone. Surrounding greenery, lovely area to live. As we see Dhananjay De Silva coming with attack, the final over before tea. Nicely played there by Mominul. Soft hands, guiding towards cover point where Larry Kumar ambles and picks up for a single.
That's his area of strength. Normally you'd see Mominul Haq chopping and cutting backward of point and guiding balls. A lot of his runs, particularly in his early days, came that area. But he has improved his repertoire of stroke making around the ground. Well, Dhananjay De Silva is trying to extract a little bit of turn. They're trying desperately to get another breakthrough before tea.
Oh, yes. Good bowling.
Good pace there. Bowled by Dhananjay De Silva, 82.2. So decently. Shanto, as we said, just bringing down the curtains just before tea. More careful, not giving away the wicket, not giving away the good work done.
Forward short leg moving to silly point. And that's it, boldly into the deep. He's not overawed by the fact that there's a fielder placed in that area close by. Strokes it into the deep for a single. So another couple of deliveries. The 200 comes up with that shot. Bangladesh reaching 200 for 2. Solidly behind.
Tea time.
Look, the fruit hasn't come up to 200 as yet.
That's the end of the session. Bangladesh, easy the Bangladesh session, I should say. Tea 200 for 2 in 53 overs. Winning the toss, batting first on a seamer-friendly wicket. I think definitely Bangladesh will be the happier team going into the break. That's 94 runs in 26 overs in this session, losing on 1 wicket, run rate of 3.62, as well as comparing 3.93 in the first session.
Well, if we're talking about session by session, I'd say that Bangladesh have won both the sessions that they've played in this game. The Sri Lankan coach will be a tad disappointed with the performance of his bowlers, but all credit to the Bangladeshis for coming around, coming back from a difficult scenario, and Tamim Iqbal doing it for them early on. Unfortunate that he didn't reach his 100, going for 90. Saif went very, very early in the innings, but then Shanto and Mominul have built up this partnership of 48 unbeaten in 87 balls, and they go into tea, much the relieved team. Have a look at the highlights of this session. Tamim Iqbal was around. He was playing shots towards Najmul Hussain Shanto. Both the left-handers looking very elegant, selective of their shots towards the offside, and eventually trying to guide one through the slips cordon. Tamim Iqbal perished. A shot that he had avoided right through his innings, but that's what cricket is all about. Great leveler the game is. But once Mominul Haq arrived, he was playing in a more orthodox fashion. So opportunities there for Najmul Hussain Shanto to be more aggressive. Some stylish cricket through the covers by Mominul. Short pitch balls were offered, not too many of them, and some of them were blasted away. Nice little controlled shot behind point. So the batsmen happy with what they've achieved so far.
Bowling card for Sri Lanka, not much to speak of. For Viswa Fernando picking up those 2 wickets. But the average wicket economy of 4.73. Rest of the bowlers has been steady, but the spinners not much helpful at the moment.
There you go. Bangladesh, the session 5 confirms that Bangladesh win the 2 sessions, the first 2 sessions of the first day of this Walton Test Series here at the Pallekele Stadium. It's tea time. They've all gone for a cup of tea, so will we. Hope you join us after the tea interval.
This broadcast was brought to you by Dafa News.
I have been waiting a year for this day. fast. None of you put some respect on my name.
I'm going to baptize Kamal Usman in a very violent way.
I think of this as a finesse versus firepower fight. This is the matchup. I can't wait. This is a stacked card in front of 15,000 UFC fans. We are back.
Yes, that's slid on. Given gets his man. One turn, one goes with the arm. Simply we'll ask the question.
Yeah, I think he'll review this. This looked to me like umpires call that best clipping leg stump. He might review it.
It was on the back foot.
Top spin vision. Okay, we can roll it. Okay, all tracking coming up. Original edition is out. Pitching in line, impact in line, and wickets hitting. Can give me Ruchira please on field. Ruchira, you can stay with your original edition. I'll let you know on screen.
Good decision, very good from umpire Palia Gurugay.
Oh, that's off the edge. And that's taken at slip as well. Ambuldenia's got his second. This is Crawley. Tossed up, bit of dip, turn and bounce. And both England openers gone.
Certainly not a minefield by any means, but that is an absolute beauty. What a delivery. The arc and the curve in towards the stumps. Batsman feels he has to play at it. Big shout. They must think that there's some bat on that, either on the way in or the way out.
There is, because Bairstow walked and he went back when he realized the umpire didn't give him out. There were two noises. Bairstow did walk. That's a giveaway for me, and that's what prompted the Sri Lankans to take the review.
Okay, outrage coming up. Okay, freeze it there. Yes, there is a spike when the ball is close to the bat. Yes, clearly caught by the fielder. Give me the on-field umpire, Ruchi. It has come off the bat and caught cleanly. I'll let you know when you're on screen. You can change your addition.
Slip and a gully and a short leg. Oh, taken. Caught and slip. Perfect. That's the line that Ambuldenia needs to bowl. We've been talking about dip and turn. And the other thing is, it's turning off very good areas.
He hasn't done a lot wrong here, Dan Lawrence. It's middle and off stump, and it's drifted and bounced and turned. Comfortable catch for Tidamana, but really not a lot more Dan Lawrence could have done with that. Edged and straight to slip. The one that went straight on, so Sri Lanka have struck 5 wickets for Lasith Ambuldenia. Nice time for a wicket.
What a beautiful bit of bowling. Got the pace just right. Managed to go just a little bit with the arm.
This one should be out. Taking the edge this time. It's come off the gloves or the knee of Niroshan Dikwela and then into slip. Another one for Lahiru Tidamana.
Yet another beauty bowled by Ambuldenia. Angles it in and just spins for right underneath Bess's nose. And that's the end of Wood. Caught smartly by Tiramani. Ambuldenia picks up yet another wicket. Wicket number 7 for him.
7 wickets for Lasith Ambuldenia. Another edge and another sharp catch flying away high and to his left on this occasion.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again it's time for some WWE Thamar. And this time it's bigger and better. Get ready to witness the best ever WWE action with the most memorable WWE moments ever. That's not all, my friend. There's more Dhamal in store. With all the explosive action from WWE, now get ready to win some exciting merchandises. Wondering how? This is WWE Dhamal League, bro. Just keep watching WWE Dhamal League and keep answering simple questions and leave the rest to us. Where?
On Sony Sports Network. On Sony Sports Network. On Sony Sports Network.
It's okay,
Shot.
come on now.
No, that is emphatic. Wimbledon went a little higher, a little wider, and Joe Root pounced on it.
The Joe Root used even in that first test.
Come on, Abula.
Took
Come
it from
on, Abula.
outside the off stump and hit it to mid-wicket.
Oh, gets it fine. I think that was bat. Yes, there's bat. 4 more to Root and this partnership. Sweeps it fine. More runs. That's running away again. Joe Root takes England past 50.
Yet another sweep shot from Joe Root. Very smart. Knew where the fielder was in the deep, so hit it fine. Hit it a bit later to get the ball into the gap.
Reverse sweep. 3rd boundary of the over. Encouragement from the keeper to the young man. But that was a good shot from Root.
He's had the fine sweep, he's had the square sweep, and now the reverse sweep. Very well controlled by Joe Root.
That's easy. That is really easy. Wide and full. Another boundary for Joe Root. Starts off with a friendly full toss. Or at least, what are your thoughts on that?
50 up for Joe Root, another test match half century. Really nicely played. He's been overly aggressive since coming in. The score at 2 for 5 to join Johnny Bairstow.
Another sweep, another 4. Played that shot brilliantly. Brilliant. Now that's world class. It really is. Okay, you cut off the sweep shot at the leg side. I'll just play it on the offside instead. Watch how high his hands get, and he hits down on the ball. Beautifully placed. Short and cut away. He's toying with him now. Little bit short and wide, and a man form as Joe Root is not going to miss out on that. Shot. Oh, that's the first poor ball that Wimbledon's bowled. And Joe Root on it in a flash.
Straight away. I mean, it's a terrific shot, but there is an element of risk involved in that shot.
You'd mind him trying him a few of those, and then eventually, if he makes a mistake, pounce on him. That's the name of the game.
Oh, what a shot. Magnificent. It's not the first time he's picked that gap wide of mid-wicket. Absolutely in the slot for Joe Root's sweep. The 19th Test Match 100. 8th as England captain for Joe Root. Appreciated by the lone member of the Barmy Army up there on the fort. It has been a masterclass once again. Back-to-back hundreds in this series. His 3rd in Sri Lanka. The moment Joe Root
tucks it just behind square, and there it is. Appreciated by that lone Barmy Army supporter for England. What a moment for Joe Root. Yet another Test match 100 appreciated by his teammates. That's a freebie. Runs keep flowing. Sri Lanka, it mentioned they need to keep a lid on it. Yes, not a lot happening. Well swept. And Buldenia. Ah, that's 150. Joe Root, 153. What a player, what a knock. 16 fours.
Superb stuff. And the standout figure in this England side in the first 2 Test matches with the bat, and he just continues on.
Finish it off. Harry Kane for England. That's a stunning goal. Oh, blockbuster!
Portugal, champions of Europe.
Europe's biggest sporting spectacle, the UEFA Euro 2020, starts 11th June 2021, live and exclusive
on Sony Sports Network.
No one will sleep tonight.
Tuesday, Wednesday, no one will sleep because the champion of champions and the best football clubs are back. Only in the UEFA Champions League. Every Tuesday and Wednesday. Live and exclusive on Sony 10-2. Dare to sleep.
The UEFA Champions League is brought to you by Expedia and Lay's, UEFA Champions League sponsors.
There are over 1 billion people in India. But how many of them can hit the bullseye? How many of them can land that perfect punch or do the perfect takedown? How many can take down the opposing force or even dare to do the most daring vault, risking everything for that elusive piece of gold? How many even have it in them to represent their country at the world's biggest stage? Very few. And these few are nothing less than our heroes. Our heroes will stand tall against the world. और सारा हिंदुस्तान देख रहा है एक ही ख्वाब. हम होंगे कामयाब.
Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, once again it's time for some WWE Thamal. And this time, it's bigger and better. Get ready to witness the best ever WWE action with the most memorable WWE moments ever. That's not all, my friend. There's more Thamal in store. With all the explosive action from WWE, now get ready to win some exciting merchandises. Wondering how? This is WWE Thamal League, bro. Just keep watching WWE Thamal League and keep answering simple questions and leave the rest to us. Where?
Only on Sony Sports Network. On Sony Sports Network. On Sony Sports Network.
This broadcast is brought to you by Dafa News.
Welcome back. It's been a very good day for Bangladesh so far. Day 1 of this first test match of the Walton Test Series at the Pallekele International Stadium. Bangladesh sitting really pretty at tea on 200 for 2 and scoring quite healthily as well. 3.77 is very, very good indeed for day one of a test match. Shanto and Mominul together in another more than useful stand. 48 runs unfinished. Came together when Tamim Iqbal was caught by Tirimana and slipped for 90. Vishwa has been the only successful bowler. Successful story so far for Sri Lanka with 2 for 52. Rest of the bowling has struggled. Kumara has looked to attack, has gone for a few. Dhananjay has gone at 4.5 runs an over, and overall it's been a good batting performance by Bangladesh. So we're almost ready to start. Mominul Haq also scoring well, 42 balls for his 21. And this man has been impressive. He looked very good, 78. Excellent technique, 10 fours and a 6. Short career, just in his 7th test match. Lakmal to start off proceedings after tea, and starting off with me, Amir Sohail. Very good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all. And once again, Lakmal is going to persist with that angle, run the stumps to the left-handed batsman. Can't decipher what's going through his mind. Let's hope for Sri Lankan's sake he's able to pick up a wicket from this angle.
Continues to bowl round the wicket. Lakmal has bowled within himself. He's anyway not out and out quick. At best he'll touch about mid 130s, but he generally stays in that 130 range. There you are. That's the average speed that he maintains, 131. His strength has been his consistency and the way he moves the ball, but today hasn't been the greatest day for him with the new ball. Just sparred it around a little bit, particularly to Tamim Iqbal on the leg stump. But let's not forget it's a test match. We still got 4 days to go, so a lot of cricket left. What Sri Lanka will keep telling them is a wicket or two quickly. They're back in the game. But that's what has been not coming as far as Sri Lanka is concerned, because partnerships and consistent batting by Bangladesh.
Not only a wicket they require at the moment, I think they require a couple of wickets as quickly as possible. And then you could say, yes, the game is in balance. At the moment, Bangladesh definitely ahead in this test match.
He's been very powerful square, and that's another shot of the back foot. May not go all the way. In fact, it's a teaser for the fielder. Loves the batsman to come back for 3, but I've been very impressed with Shanto. This has been a very fine innings, a controlled innings, played with very good technique, and hasn't given a chance. In fact, not even a semblance. That's how good he's looked.
He's solid. Yeah, that is the requirement if you want to be successful at this level as a batsman. You've got to have your defense hermetically sealed. And if you have a solid defense, you can actually meet success regularly at this level.
So Mominul Haq, the skipper, has an impressive record. We spoke about his twin hundreds against Sri Lanka at Chattogram some time ago. But he's been under the scanner as a captain. He hasn't had the greatest record as captain, so he'll be under some pressure captaining the side, but don't think he carries the same pressures as a batsman.
He shouldn't. Let's talk about Suranga Lakmal and his options bowling round the stumps. Oh, he's finally decided to bowl over the wicket.
This pitch seemed to have settled down so brilliantly. The ball's coming on quite nicely. We did see some movement earlier on, but that's all lost. Just the angles of the bowlers that go wide, go over the wicket, but no real threatening movement as far as the batsman is concerned. So they'll enjoy this.
Yeah, as long as the grass is alive on the pitch, there'll be some movement for the fast bowlers, rest assured. But for that movement, you have to pitch the ball in the right areas to be able to create any impression on the batsman.
End of the over. 203 for 2.
The pistol shooter, who aimed at nothing but gold. Such a big achievement in such a small age. पर इनके इरादे बिल्कुल छोटे नहीं हैं, क्योंकि इनकी नज़र सिर्फ टारगेट पे रहती है. Yes, that's मनु भाकर. आप इन्हें जानते होंगे, पर कुछ हफ्तों बाद सारा जहां इन्हें जानेगा. हिंदुस्तान देख रहा है एक ही ख्वाब, हम होंगे कामयाब.
Olympic Games Tokyo 2020.
So, just 93 balls. So Dhananjay Silva, that's a good option as an off spinner with two left-handers in. Short leg in and slip in. We haven't really seen a lot of turn for the spinners. And also not really the control that you would expect. But again, let us reiterate the fact that Dhananjay De Silva is not a frontline spinner. He's more a supporting bowler. He does a filling in role. Sri Lanka's frontline off spinner, of course, was Dilruwan Pereira, who's done some great service partnering Rangana Herath. Won many games for Sri Lanka.
Why Hasaranga hasn't bowled consistently in this innings so far?
Yeah, he's been played as a frontline bowler, but maybe the off-spinner preferred with two left-handers.
Well, Bangladeshi batting lineup, there are plenty of left-handers. So if there were plenty of left-handers, they knew before the game why playing a leg spinner if they are reluctant to bowl him against them.
I'm not saying they're reluctant. I'm just saying they're going with Dhananjay at the moment. They'll have to bowl him anyway. At this level, whether it's left or right, if you're playing at this level, you should be able to bowl at anybody. Again, short of a length gives the batsman room off the back foot. 203 for 2.
আমাদের স্পেন জিতবে
না আমাদের ইতালি জিতবে
আরে তোর গন্দি দাদি দেখবি আমাদের স্পেনই জিতবে
যত সব ন্যাকামি দেখতে আমাদের ইতালি জিতবে
রাখো তো তোমার কথা দেখবে আমাদের স্পেনই জিতবে কি বল
It's time to take sides as we gear up for Europe's biggest sporting spectacle. So whose side are you on? Europe's biggest sporting spectacle, the UEFA Euro 2020, starts 11th June 2021
on Sony Sports Network.
Stretch. About 5 overs behind at the moment. Lakmal from round the wicket.
Yeah, let's talk about the options Suranga Lakmal has bowling around the stumps. Like before, highly unlikely. The ball has to be delivered fuller, bending back from just outside the off stump. That's where he'll have a chance. This is like how many percentage you would give? 10? The only chance he has bowling that line and length and that angle, getting the edge of the bat. Has he been able to move the ball away from the left-handed batsman? Not as yet. So why is he persisting?
See, that was the point I was trying to make. If he can at least get a ball to hold its line going round the wicket and bringing it back and making the batsman, just setting him up with the in-swing and then get one to go straight and hold its line. If that's the plan and if he can do that, he can find success. But as you said, we haven't seen that as yet. It's been predominantly into the left-hander. And he also goes pretty wide of the crease from round the wicket. Good work at short mid-wicket. Very good work. No surprises there. That's Vanidu Hataranga. Possibly Sri Lanka's best outfielder. Good work, good dive. It's always good to keep the batsmen on their toes with throws like that and sharp fielding. Just making sure that the team morale is also maintained rather than letting it go flat. It can happen to a team with partnerships like this. See, Lakmal has been very good in the last 3 to 4 overs. The last 25 balls, he's bowled 24 dot balls. Now, this is what is expected of him. Just pile on the pressure by bowling those dot balls, drying out the runs, and just make the batsman look to manufacture a shot, do something different.
So you used the term setting up a batsman while you were making a comment on the previous delivery. That has been lacking. We haven't seen any Sri Lankan bowler setting up a batsman. You know, when you're talking about around the stumps, a right-arm fast bowler bowling to a left-hander, how to set it up. We haven't seen that.
Yeah, that's because he's just been a little bit predictable with one type of delivery. I do agree with you. I do agree with your thinking. But if he could do something different, as you say, bowl the outswinger too. It's predominantly an in-swing. He's got a man at silly mid-on. Just trying to close up one end if he can. That seems to be the plan, because Bangladesh is scoring at better than 3.5 runs an over. So at this rate, Bangladesh will, the full 90 overs would mean that they'll get to something over 300. End of the over. So maiden 203 for 2.
It's time to take sides as we gear up for Europe's biggest sporting spectacle. So whose side are you on? The UEFA Euro 2020 starts 11th June 2021, live and exclusive
on Sony Sports Network.
The Walton Test Series will be played over 2 games at Pallekele. And obviously it's going to be a keenly contested series between numbers 8 and 9. So win for Bangladesh would mean that they become 8. So Sri Lanka will be mindful of that. They'll be playing for their pride. Neither of the team is in the running for the Test Championship, because this is the final series before the final. Bangladesh hasn't been able to really complete their full quota of games. That's Sri Lanka's record. Not very impressive. Punched off the back foot. Short delivery. That stood up. Allowed Shanto to hit it wide or mid-on.
So far he's been very impressive, Shanto. You know what? He knows what he's doing. It was a short pitch delivery. He knew there's a mid-wicket placed for this kind of a stroke. If it's uppish, he made sure that he played that stroke in between that mid-wicket fielder and mid-on. Intelligent batsman.
He's got to his highest score now, Shanto. The previous best was 71 he made. So closing in on 100. A very big moment for this young left-hander. $207 for...
I have been waiting a year for this day. We are back. None of you put some respect on my name.
I'm going to baptize Kamal Usman in a very violent way.
I think of this as a finesse versus firepower fight. This is the matchup. I can't wait. This is a stacked card in front of 15,000 UFC fans. We are back.
Well, this is where the tally in the Test Championship stands. India, New Zealand, Australia, England right on top, the top 4 teams. Then Pakistan, West Indies, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh languishing at the bottom. Sri Lanka's got 20%. Bangladesh unfortunately hasn't got any points as yet. But as I said, they haven't really played their full quota of games.
That's what he has done so far, maintaining that line and length outside the off stump, bowling round the stumps. He's been consistent, but hasn't brought any joy for him. And that's what he's known for, stickler for line and length. Suranga Lakmo.
So it's the Walton Test series between Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Trophy unveiling happened earlier on. This is powered by Wali. The Walton Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh series 2021. The two captains unveiling the trophy, and Iwali. It's been powered by Iwali. That's the new normal handshake. Plenty of new habits with this pandemic, particularly the handshake, the social distancing, Amir.
Yeah, unusual times. And you have to adapt, don't you? And you seem to be adapting quite well, haven't you?
I've tried.
That's the name.
Yeah, and the mask, which is now something that's a permanent feature in everybody's attire. And there was a time when I saw on social media, a long time ago as the pandemic came, come to that in a moment, on the pads, nicely worked behind square leg, where people were portraying that there will come a day where, you know, you would be wearing masks to match your kit. And actually it made me laugh. But it's become really, it's become real now. I mean, you do have masks that actually matches the attire, matches the tie, they say.
Yeah, designer masks are out now. It's a new norm, isn't it?
This is the beauty of turning a disadvantage into one's advantage. Creating an opportunity out of nothing.
Yeah, somebody's loss has to be somebody's gain.
The Sri Lankans are very confident, but thought it was slipping down the leg side, that angle. Was there an inside edge or will it be a leg by? Let's see what Kumar Dharmasena says. Yes, he waits. This is very good umpiring. That's the experience. He gave the captain time. And when he saw that he was not going to refer it, it was then that he signaled the leg by.
That's what we've been talking about. It's going to be mighty difficult for a bowler like Lakmal to get a leg before decision in his favor, bowling from that angle. We've been advocating he should bowl over the stumps. Hasn't dinned into his air as yet, but he'll learn.
Yeah, you learn every day, but Suranga Lakmal should know a thing or two. 209 for 2.
It's time to take sides as we gear up for Europe's biggest sporting spectacle. So whose side are you on? The UEFA Euro 2020 starts 11th June 2021, live and exclusive
on Sony Sports Network.
Another beautiful shot from the drone camera available to us. Just showing you how beautiful these parts of the world is. In the central hills of Sri Lanka in Kandy. Naranja de Silva will continue with his off. He's been going at 4 runs and over. Loop from the right arm off spinner. Well, let's take a look at that. Worked off the back. Outside the off stump. That will run away to the boundary.
Bowling option should be introduced in this juncture of the game.
That's really a concern for Sri Lanka at the moment. Bowling to 2 left-handers, you would expect the off-spinner to be on.
There is a new phenomenon that has gripped the world. It is taking
हमारे खिलाड़ी उतरेंगे तो सारे जहां में सिर्फ यही गूंजेगा। ओलंपिक गेम्स टोक्यो 2020 सिर्फ सोनी के स्पोर्ट्स चैनल्स पर।
216 for 2. Bangladesh going at a good rate. 3.66. We're going to see a change of bowling. Suranga Lakmal had a spell of 4 overs for 4 runs. He's coming off, and Lairu Kumara, he's been brought